All right, so we're going to work on finding the volume of a cylinder. So, when you have a volume of a cylinder question, you often see something like this picture over here. A cylinder, it looks like a can, so think of that when you're thinking cylinder. And what we are doing is we are trying to figure out how much space is on the inside. So, in order to do that, we first need to figure out what the area of the circle is, the area of the base. So to find the volume, we need to find the area of the base. Now, remember, area of a circle is pi r squared. Pi times the radius squared. Now, to find the volume, we have to figure out how many layers of that circle will there be. So it's just like totaling up all those circles going all the way up. So to do that, we multiply the area of that base times the height. So we are going to see if we can get, I'm going to copy this down here so we can do an example together. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we are going to use our knowledge about circles, and we're going to make up some numbers here. So our radius is going to be 4, and our height's going to be 11. So to find the volume, we do pi r squared times the height. So now I'm going to replace all those numbers with the numbers that they need to be. So for pi, remember, we use 3.14. The radius is 4. And since we're going to be using our really, really simple calculator, we're going to do 4 squared as 4 times 4. And then the height is 11. So just to give you a clear picture, this pi is, that is hard to see. Pi is that piece there. The r squared is this 4 times 4. And the height is that 11. So that's where all those pieces come from. So now we just type it into our calculator. 3.14 times 4 times 4. Make sure your calculator is actually typing in the correct things as you're going through. And then multiply that by 11, the height. So our volume would be 552 and 64 hundredths. Now, a couple things to just keep in mind. Make sure that you are looking at whether you're given the radius or the diameter. If we did this, but we're given, I'm just going to draw a really quick one. Here's my lovely cylinder. Let's say that instead of being given the radius, we were given the diameter. So we were given the diameter and the height. And let's say the diameter is 4 and the height is 10. We have to just be really careful that we are actually finding the area. So remember, area is pi r squared. So we're doing pi r squared times the height. So pi is 3.14. My goodness. Come on, iPad. 3.14. The radius is not 4, the diameter's 4. So if the diameter's 4, the radius is 2. So we're going to do 2 squared, so 2 times 2, and then the height is 10. So you just have to be careful. Instead of doing 4 times 4, this time it would be 2 times 2. Then we just type it into our calculator again. 3.14 times 2 times 2 times 10. And we would get 125.6 as our volume.